Welcome back to another episode of the Crafting ABC with Scrapente. Today is the last video and also I think the last post for the letter C, even though I forgot one, so I might do another one later, but you will see about that. Today's word is Cuttlebug. Cuttlebug is that tiny cute little thing. It's kind of heavy. You can roll on here. It's from the same company as the Cricut from Craft, and what you do, you're gonna flip it up so it kind of stays on here. Okay, and then you got your cutting pads and your embossing. Like you have the A pad, which is the spacer. Then you have two B plates, and you also have a C one. I never really used the C one, but those are the two B ones. And what the Cuttlebug can do, it can emboss and cut. So all you need for that, so let's say, okay, let me just show you some. Okay, I got a couple of them. Those are my large embossing folders. If you open them up, let's say this is the Holy Ribbon one, you open them up. There's one side out and one side in, so when it actually presses it together, it's gonna emboss the structure and the texture to your paper. I've got a couple more. Those are the smaller ones. They came out for before. You even get the princess one if you want to do something just embossed, like a background for a kid's card or whatever. What they also come, like this was in the starter set when you buy the Cuttlebug, at least when I bought mine. This is a die. Little, like, it looks like a stamped die, and then it comes with those little embossing ones, so you can actually emboss it and then cut it out. You can also, with the Cuttlebug, you can also use any other die kind of system. I tried to find my creative time die, but I couldn't. Apparently, I wanted to show you that one too. These ones are the Sizzlets. Sizzlets, the button ones, and I also have an embossing folder from them, but I do not I kind of don't like that one. It's with Sizzlets. Yeah, so I thought I'm just gonna show you some stuff. So on here I have the A plate first, and then the B plate. I'm gonna emboss something first. So I'm gonna take the Spots and Dots embossing folder from Cuttlebug Craft. Where did I put my paper? This is some, let's take the green one. This is just some really thin paper. I'm just placing that in here. Put it together, put the other B plate on, and then just run it through your Cuttlebug. I mostly run it through twice. I also heard a tip which might work better when you use another piece of cardstock and you just flip that in. So it's just gonna give it a little bit more pressure. You can see there's a lot of pressure on here. There was one. This one was flat just a minute ago. Okay, so once you run it through the Cuttlebug, you're gonna open up the folder, and there you got your really nice embossed paper that you can use as a background, as a frame. If you're using it as a frame, cut everything you need to cut before you run it through the Cuttlebug, because I figured if you're trying to cut this with a normal paper cutter, it's ripping the paper. Okay, so I showed you that one. Now I'm going to show you some cutting with the Cuttlebug die. So what you're going to do, you take, well, that's what I do usually. Yeah, foam side up, that's what it says. When using Cuttlebug machine, place foam side up. So you put the metal side on the first B plate. Then you're gonna put this a little bit thicker, some cardstock on here. And then you use your other B plate. Usually, okay, I want to show you that first. It's gonna leave scratches on one of your B plates, so try to use always the same B plate that you don't ruin both. For somebody like me who likes it all clean and organized, this is a hassle. Okay. So I'm going to take again another piece of, I don't think I need a piece of paper. So, and I'm just running it through again twice, even though it would be fine just once. And there you see it. So it cuts really nice. I'm not using it that often for cutting because I have my Cricut. So what you could do now, say I have here one that is especially for this one, and you're just gonna place it in here so that it's exactly where it's supposed to be. Put that on here, put another B-plate on, like I said, a piece of cardstock in between, and just run it through. Okay. And now we have our little stamp. We have it embossed and cut out. Well, let me turn my light so you will be able to see that better. That looks just totally gorgeous. Okay, I also want to show you that with the scissors ones. So it's basically it's all the same. On here there are a couple of buttons. So what you're gonna do, you place it foam side up. Use some cardstock on top of it, and again the B-plate, and you're just gonna run it through. Should I run it through? No, I think once is fine. Let me run it through again, just because I really want it to be cut. It's probably, I never tried it just once, but it's probably fine. Okay, so it comes out smoothly. There's button number 1, button number 2, and button number 3. So those also work perfectly. As you can see, now I got those buttons on here as well, and also the middle one wasn't there before. So you will see it on there, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, and the last one I want to show you is the scissors ones, the embossing ones, the bells, the wedding bells. I think I got them free somewhere, so I kept them, but like I said before, I'm not really using them. Okay, so again, A, B, your embossing folder, another B, and just, that actually looks kind of, let's just try that. That looks like there's no pressure on here. So what I might do is, I think I'm going to switch that out to the C one. I hope I'm not going to break my machine. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so let's try that again. I just take a couple of pages so I have some cardstock to thicken it a little bit. Yeah, now it works much better. The reason that it's moving is because I have it on a cutting mat, and it's stuck on the cutting mat, but the cutting mat is not stuck on the table. Okay, and then when you open it up, you have your wedding bells here. It looks really nice. The wedding bells are really cute. What I don't like about it is that you actually see a little bit of the frame from that die out here, or die embossing edge. That's the only thing I really don't like about it. The rest of it looks really nice, so if you want to put that on the card, it would look really cool too. Yeah, so that's basically the Cuttlebug. When you decide to buy a Cuttlebug, it should, at least the old one, it did came with that little set. It has the stamp die and 4 stamp embossing folders. The other embossing folders you can get at every kind of craft store, like Michael's. Even the German ones do have them. And I just bought whatever I don't have yet, so I can show you how I store them real quick. Hold on, let me scooch that to the side. I'm storing it, and I got those at Michael's a while ago. I started storing paper in it, but for me, paper didn't work with it. So what I did, I started to store my embossing stuff in here. Like I have all my plates in here. I got the larger embossing ones here, and those are the smaller embossing ones. And as you can see, I got a lot of them. I'm not really using it that often though, but I'm not really good at giving away craft things. So I still have space on front here. That's where my dies go and my little embossing holders. And then I just close that up. And the only thing I have left is this one and my Cuttlebug. So that's what the Cuttlebug is. If you don't have one, I really recommend it, because even though you don't use it as often, it brings so much more fun into your cards, into your homemade cards or scrapbook pages, just because it has some dimension in it. It's not as a flat one. Let's see real quick. Yeah, I even got one here. Okay, so I made this a while ago, and what I did, I just embossed, I cut it out first and then I embossed the cupcake. And it's just looking so much better than if you would have just had the plain brown. I don't think I have another one. Nope. So that's it for today. I don't know if I will do any more posts in February, because now it's exam time. Like, I did already my tests, but now I have to do some papers. And then in March there might not be posts as well, because I'm on vacation in California again. But I will try to do and upload some stuff for you guys so you can keep watching, and I will talk to you soon and see you back. Bye bye!